What's up, everybody? My name is Garrett Webb, and I got my man
Polar bear.
in his house with me. Today we're going to be watching Man of Steel, a DC movie, the first DC movie in the Snyderverse, also known as the
Rob Snyder, right?
the Rob Schneiderverse, also known sometimes as the DCEU, but technically I don't believe it ever had an official name because it wasn't just Snyder movies. It was.
Do you think that they played the wordplay on that DCEU as like a EU?
I don't think they ever named it that. I think the fans just referred to it as that.
Yeah.
The Sony universe is the Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters, so it's spum. It fits it because Morbius. She's giving birth to Superman right now. We're on Krypton. I guess we'll give our first opinions on the movie. I guess we'll go into positives first. I think a lot of the movie looks really good, like pretty tangible compared to a lot of movies today. I think that the first flight in this movie is amazing. There's a lot of fights that look really cool. Henry Cavill's great. A lot of the acting's really good. And a lot of the directing's really good. What are your positives on the movie?
Well, I don't really have any direct positives just right off the bat because it's been so long since I've seen this movie. But from what I remember, the cinematography of it all is pretty good. Like the laser vision looks pretty good. Everything CGI wise, from what I remember, was not completely horrible. It's DC, so I mean, you kind of got to give it some leeway anyways.
I think it looks better than a lot of Marvel stuff in just this movie. Not all of it. I think a lot of it can look muted. There's problems I have with the cinematography in certain scenes. I think the suit looks a bit muted. I have problems with the suit, even though overall most of it looks good.
Would you say that all the coloring in this movie is kind of dull?
A lot of it's dull, like when it came out on DVD or whatever. Some people started just raising the contrast and stuff. Yeah, I think they go the other way. In Batman versus Superman, it has a lot more color, but
I've never even seen that one. See, I'm more of a DC person as far as like the characters and heroes are concerned, but I'm not too keen on the DC movies.
well, I think it's just been so mismanaged for so long. Like, the Dark Knight movies are amazing. That was before this. But there's no one really in charge of the whole picture. People call it the Snyderverse. But he didn't have full control of the universe.
But Adam Sandler was in charge of Rob Schneider, so how did Rob Schneider make a whole universe like that?
I don't... The problem is that Rob Schneider didn't have full control over the universe. And then once they pushed Rob Schneider to the side, they just got The Rock. And The Rock just bullied everyone into submission.
But, you know, him nor Vin Diesel can lose a fight on film.
Yeah, and that's why he wants to fight. He wanted to fight Superman. That's why Superman was at the end of Black Adam. And then a month later, they announced that they're recasting Superman. Because The Rock just kind of was, like, insisting on it. And he's like, I just want to fight Superman. And then knowing that he can't lose a fight. So he just wants to beat up Superman.
Well, The Rock would win. I mean, you can't beat The Rock.
The Rock pisses in bottles. Did you see, like, that came out in, like, a thing? People were saying that. It was a rumor. And then someone asked him about it in an interview. And he was like, yes, I do. I do that. He said, I've always been here. You can ask me anything.
So, yeah, the movie, I'm not, I don't know, you know.
I think the Krypton scene's pretty cool. I guess we'll get into some quick negatives. I think emotionally a lot of it misses the mark. Some of it's good. I like this dad. I like the space dad. Jarrell.
It's Pharrell Williams.
I think it's Jarrell. It's Pharrell. I like Pharrell. 4L. Superman's dad. But I think that works in this movie much better than the Earth dad, than the Kevin Costner dad. Because Superman's Earth dad typically is a good guy. And this guy is kind of a bit of a dick to his son, telling him not to save people. And then he dies in a tornado because he's a stubborn bitch. I think this is cool. Look at that big winged creature.
I was just fixing to say, like, this shit looks like, I don't know, the explosions and everything looks pretty. Everything looks cool.
It's beautiful. A lot of this movie's beautiful. I think the Krypton stuff, most of it's beautiful. It goes on too long. A lot of this movie's too long.
Yeah, we know a couple movies like that.
Yeah, speaking of which, we're working on the episode 3, but since it's the final prequel, we're wanting to make it a big video, and we're not wanting to just put out something kind of thrown together. So we're doing this in the meantime while we work on that one. Yeah, I mean, whatever.
What are those eggs? Is that coral? Is that Krypton coral?
Those are babies. That's
What?
how babies are made in this society. They don't. That's how all babies are made.
Wait.
All babies are made in this society because it's like a weird racist society. I don't know if it's. I mean, it's genetic. It's like fucking. So they're.
So do they all have powers?
No, none of them have powers on Krypton. But it's so they're bred to do specific things. Like, you're born as a scientist. He's grabbing one because that has Krypton's DNA in it, and he wants to save Krypton's DNA from extinction because he knows the planet's going to explode. He just cracks it on the rock as he comes out.
Yeah.
And he's given that to Superman. Superman was not born like that. Apparently, he was the first natural birth in, like, thousands of years. I don't know how long they say.
Well, how did he get his powers? Was he born with his...
You don't know how that works? Kryptonians on Krypton don't have superpowers. But when they're on Earth, they have superpowers because our atmosphere is different and because of the sun. Not all of it makes perfect sense, but, you know, it's like sometimes it's explained because Krypton's gravity is a lot heavier. That's one thing. But also it's because they have a red sun. So if you put red sun lamps over Superman, he'll lose his powers. Yo, never-ending story, yes. So trivia, Russell Crowe, it says he performed his horseback riding stunts. It says horseback riding stunts. I guess they mean this giant flying thing.
What is that made out of? What is that? How does that become a thing?
I don't know, but there's a weird tentacle monster later in the movie that's made out of it. I don't. So apparently it can like grab you and you can touch it. It looks like your hand would move right through it, but I guess it'll smack the fuck out of Superman.
I thought I could, but
Lara,
not if he's here.
Krypton is doomed.
I don't know why they always got to show Superman's genitals when he's a baby in these movies. It's a strange choice they make in both Superman origin movies.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's very off. It's very fucking unsettling, and out of nowhere both times. I get that it's a baby, but it's weird to throw that in a movie. Did you know about the Nirvana kid suing? He was fully... Now Zod's coming. General Zod's pretty good in this movie. I don't know why this advanced civilization couldn't... They all have shit. They're little ships that can fly around the world. They apparently have a spaceship that can send a baby off into space. Why can't they just fly into space? Why is it that difficult?
Maybe it's more of a I stand for my home and will die by my home.
Well, I don't like that either. Because they send Zod and the criminals off into space as punishment. They save their lives to punish them. They send them... They just rescue them. Remember they put them in the weird dick spaceships and ship them into space? Why not just put everyone in the weird dick spaceships and ship them into space?
Not enough dicks.
It looks like it forms out of the ground, like that weird metal that was doing the phone call thing.
Yeah.
It just came up and wrapped around them. It looks like they have plenty of that metal. I think that's what they're taking from the ground. I think that's why the Earth's dying. The Earth, the planet. Yeah, this is a little bit of a shaky old man squabble. Oh, I like that. It kind of... No, it picked up. Choreography got better.
Dude, his face would have been busted by now. I'm just saying. You got a metal fucking suit on, you're sitting there bashing his fucking skull in. And he got one little cut on his forehead that happened at the beginning of the fight. Fuck no.
Well, his face would be fucked. Dude,
not a bruise, not a fucking another cut. Come on, man.
Man, was doing a lot of, like, direct face shots.
Yeah.
Like, still, like, they would have got it more side.
Yeah.
Like, he was, like, straight middle of the face, yeah. Faces in movies can take some crazy hits. Oh shit! He stabbed Dad.
Oh, that's not funny.
Because it's a
he was the
natural
natural
baby.
born,
Yeah, and he
yeah.
wants to kill that.
Where have you sent him?
His facial expressions in this movie is
Zod.
hilarious. He looks like an angry little chipmunk, man.
Do you have any last words?
You won't kill us yourself!
Bro, back up. Your name is Shannon.
Just keeps. I like that. He is kind of just keeps running back and forth, and they keep pushing him back.
Yeah.
They kind of just happened a couple times. That was goofy.
I will find him!
Now, did
Wait, it's like freezing them. What the fuck? It's not even that. Is it that metal? It's something like it. Yeah, it's like it freezes, and then that other stuff. Yeah, it's that shit. That metal weird stuff.
Dude, it looks like a straight up dick.
Yeah, no, yeah, they look like dick ships. Put everyone in a dick ship.
You cannot tell me that they were not in editing or when they were making that fucking thing, they were not like,
No, they did it on purpose, for sure. Oh, shit. The Phantom Zone. Why would they only have a baby spaceship?
Why did they send them out in space and now the planet's just blown up?
That's why they sent them out in space, because they knew the planet was blowing up. Because they'd been digging that metal. That's what Jarrell was trying to tell them.
Shannon?
No, Jarrell was the good guy.
Oh.
Russell Crowe. That's what Russell Crowe was trying to say.
Make a better world than ours, Cal.
Good riddance. Fucking God, that lasted. It finally exploded.
That was just the intro to the movie.
I like how the little spaceship flying through space looks.
Now, when he lands on Earth, it says he lands in Kansas, adopted by Jonathan and Martha Kent, who name him Clark. They hide his alien origins, but I wonder at what point, I'm curious to find out at what age do they find out that this kid is, powerful, like has these powers and stuff. When does he start adopting these powers? Because immediately they find out that this kid is not from here, I'd assume.
They show it in, well, a lot of times they get like hit by the spaceship. I don't think they show it landing in this movie. In the original Superman movie, he like lands right next to them and their car crashes because of the meteors or whatever, or because of him flying by it. And then he like picks up the car. Picks up half of the car. So pretty immediately, usually. Like they know he's an alien before he knows he's an alien.
Right.
This scene's fun with him working on the bridge and running through and he's on fire. This movie could have been the start to a better universe.
So his hair's fireproof too?
It seems that way. But apparently he's catching on fire, so I don't know. They never show him figuring out how to shave in this movie, but you have to assume that he finds a way because he's barefaced at other points. Typically, he shaves it with supervision. I like that he's kind of looking like a bit like a Greek god, like with the facial hair and shit and the fire. All right, so now we're going into the first of the childhood flashbacks. This is really interesting.
So, did this just hit him one day, or...?
It does seem like, yeah, it starts to develop as he gets, like absorbs the atmosphere and is with the yellow sun more. I think it's just, it's different each iteration, I'm not sure. I guess he knows how to do that, how to shoot laser vision.
You won't let me in.
The world's too big, Mom.
Then make it small.
This is a sweet moment with his mother.
Does she work at the school?
No, she ran up. They called her really quick. I think they might have cut forward in time. Maybe he's been in the closet a while. No, it looked like it just happened.
Yeah. Yeah, his parents would have had to find a way to cut his hair. Because, he needed a haircut when he was a kid, I'd assume, so I wonder...
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? They got Henry Cavill titted up for this movie.
What the fuck?
This really is a Batman Begins type structure they're taking.
So has he yet to learn how to fly?
It's yeah, I don't think he knows how to fly yet.
Leave him alone, Pete.
Oh, what, he was girlfriend?
I thought that was weird that they made that guy Pete in the movie, because in the show Pete was like a cool guy. He was like a good friend to Clark's. Smallville's better than this. Someone drove off a bridge in Smallville, but it was Lex, and he hit Superman with a car. All right, Connor, are you gonna let him die?
And fuck them foes.
Yeah, I like this. He's saving people. That's fun. This is We don't see enough of that in these movies, and we get some of that in this one of just him just saving people from shit happening. In the Marvel movies, they don't do enough of that because there's too much of just like
the actual odds of that happening with him on that bus, and he just goes into the water.
I think there's another kid missing. Yeah, and then he runs home and tells his mom, like a little bitch, and then his mom's like over there like grilling them.
Who was in the wrong? How was he in the wrongdoing?
Like he's a freak, he's a witch. I don't know.
Burn him at the stake.
If I heard that a kid dragged it out of the fucking water, I'd be like, well, I don't know what the fuck happened, but if he did that, fuck yeah, I'm not gonna grill him. Yeah, and this is another scene I don't like with his dad, where he's like, I don't know, maybe you should have let him die.
And I don't know if you know this, but the Kent farm, the scenes that were filmed on it it's actually a real farm in Plano, Illinois, restored by Warner Bros. After shooting. So this is an actual real thrown down farm, and after filming this, they restored the whole farm for him.
I like the young kid they got playing young Clark. Was it Dylan Sprayberry? That's an odd last name.
The government was going to show up at our doorstep.
The flashbacks are jarring and slow down the pace. Why not just tell it already?
Yeah, just tell it literally. It's because Batman Begins did it, and people like Batman Begins. They wanted to do it like that. I think it would have worked better if they told it just in the right way. Instead,
now you're flashing back and forth, and it's not. I do agree with the jarring aspect of it. It doesn't just ease you into it, you know?
I think it's also strange because there was a lot of fandom leading into the movie, and I watched a lot of Smallville, and there's a lot of stuff in Smallville that's goofy, and there's episodes that aren't great, but I think Smallville gets right a lot of what this movie gets wrong. Stuff with the family and about the character, and it feels very obvious when you watch this.
I wonder if Superman ever killed somebody throwing a temper tantrum as a kid.
Typically not.
Because, I mean, the kid's not going to be perfect, right? He has superpowers. You'd think that something would have went wrong when he was a kid, you know?
That's why movies like Brightburn exist.
I never seen that.
Yeah, that's why typically it might be smarter to not have him get too strong until he's like 13. Like, he's super strong as a baby, but like to the extent that he could, I guess, pick up half the back of a truck.
Come on, Chrissy.
Knock it off.
Sit down.
Let me go.
Hey, leave her alone, man.
So another bar scene. There's one like this in Superman 2. It's not like this, but there's just a dipshit in a bar. Now I don't think this works because at this point Superman works there. The right thing isn't letting him go. It's picking him up and walking him out, escort him out of the bar. You're not out of place for doing that.
I do like the restraint in this scene. You can see it in his eyes.
I like the restraint, but also it's a dumb way. He did too much. Or don't have Superman work there. Like if he didn't work there, I'd respect the restraint more. But since he works there, he should have made the guy leave. He smacked a waitress's ass and poured beer on it. You kind of didn't do your job. And then he goes out and destroys the dude's truck, which is worse than making him leave. The guy deserved it. Don't get me wrong. Fuck that dude in his truck. Like that's not like the better thing to do. Like he should have made him leave. He was a drunk prick. Instead, he destroys his livelihood, which again, whatever. But that's not more altruistic. We got Lois Lane with red hair.
Lois Jane.
Yeah, Lois Jane. So she just shows up and she's like, "What's up, fellas? You gonna stop measuring your dicks and show me around?" That's what she's like. I'm here, and I'm here for a scoop.
Were they in Antarctica?
I think the North Pole.
Is that Antarctica?
Probably.
Because the North, if we're looking at it from a globe.
So Lois is finding the spaceship.
Which spaceship?
Fuck me, I don't know. But they all have computer systems. So did you see the little S that he took out of the one?
Yeah.
He took that from his, like, the one that he came in. And he can apparently put that in this other spaceship, and it'll have all these things. But I guess they also had a bunch of the Superman suits. So I guess he sent this ship with all of this shit in it. Yeah, so that's how he gets the computer consciousness on it. So I got that. Then, I guess maybe the ship's able to make the suits after he puts it into the computer thing. Now the ship's attacking him. Oh yeah, maybe with that stupid metal, it's able to make the suits.
So this is in Kansas then?
No, this is in the North Pole, which I guess.
How the fuck did he get there if he can't fly?
I don't know. He walked. He hitchhiked to Antarctica. I don't know. He swam. He can swim pretty fast, probably.
Sure he can.
I mean, after he can fly, he can just fly through the water. Just torpedo.
Yeah. Is flying just one of those things you think about it and you just do it?
Yeah, it's different in some things. It looks weird in this because, like, the ground cracks when he takes off.
Did you hear that they're making a new scary movie with the Wayans brothers?
That's funny.
The Wayans brothers have control of the... They only were in the first two, and then they tried to do the third one.
Yeah, but didn't they do the haunted house movies? Those were ass.
I liked them for what they were. They weren't meant to be big,
I think at that point,
blockbuster shit. It was just the Wayans brothers comedy in a paranormal aspect. I mean,
I don't think if the first scary movie came out right now, I'd like it. I think I might like watching it now, but only from the perspective of when it came out. Because that kind of comedy has been done so much. They've done that so much.
Yeah.
Like, and it was one of the first to do it like that, so I can look at it through that perspective. But when a new movie comes out, if it's a parody movie, it kind of has to be next level for me, for it to be funny to me. Like, Dewey Cox is one of the best comedies of all time. Anyway, Daily Planet.
It's Morpheus.
That is Morpheus. I didn't think about that. That is who that is. Yeah, that's Perry White.
Barry White?
Perry.
Practice.
I think I've thought it was Barry White for a while too, but I saw it earlier today. It said Perry White. I was like, oh fuck, I've been calling him Barry White. Who is that? Oh, so she's leaking the Superman story to that guy. There was a polar bear.
They are in Antarctica then.
Well, that's weird. I mean, that's his Fortress of Solitude. Instead of being a big crystal palace, it's a spaceship in this movie. Oh, they were filmed in British Columbia in Canada. So with CGI to make it look more icy. But what do you think of it being a spaceship? The Fortress of Solitude.
I don't know what else it would be. Like, I don't know what original...
It's usually a big crystal ice palace. We gotta watch the original Superman. You gotta check that out.
Artificial population control was established. The outposts and space exploration.
I thought he was dead.
He is dead. That's his consciousness. So he put his consciousness into that little thing. It looks like Eminem.
When did this ship arrive? Because it was just that one little pod.
I found the information because we've been confused. So it's 18,000 years old, and it contains a tailored suit. The hologram knowing I'm not confused by because that was in the little S. I'm guessing the S that he put in took over the computer system, and his consciousness used the computer to make the ship. I mean, to make the suits. That's the only thing I can guess, because that's an 18,000-year-old ship. I guess it's a scout ship. Yeah, no, so see, it's a scout ship. So that's, I guess that scout ship is how Jor-El knew to send Clark to Earth.
Gotcha.
Because of a long time ago, they had sent a scout ship to Earth. So that'd probably be the explanation for that. So I guess it was, someone in their family that had sent the scout ship. You could say that. That someone in their ancestry had sent the scout ship a long time ago, and that's how he knew. So the first time you get to see the suit, what do you think of the look? Cape is CGI the whole time. I think it looks good, but it's never there. Yeah. I love this scene. You hearing the voiceover of Jor-El.
Strengthening your muscles, your skin, your senses.
Maybe have a little bit more bright blue on the suit.
Yeah, the shadowing in this.
I like at least that the blacks are dark, because Marvel, sometimes the blacks will be kind of grayish and it'll look more muted in that way. At least we get dark blacks, so it looks dynamic, but the colors could be a little brighter, maybe more saturation with it. I like that it starts with him jumping, him telling him to push himself, and that it looks really, like, fun to do it. It's a little goofy on his face. Yeah, if you start the movie at the first flight, it's a much better movie. That's what I did the last time I watched it. I was a lot more invested. But we're 52 minutes into the movie.
To talk to you about an accident that occurred when you were younger.
Okay, so now we're at Lois's investigation. There's Ross. That's the guy he saved. He still looks like a fucking dweeb. Amy Adams was in an episode of Smallville. It's strange how quickly she finds him. That is weird. There's no way she'd figure this out. She just saw a dude. If you're gonna be so self-serious, you have to have like an airtight script. When you act like you're like some high art thing, you really need to come in with a good script. The Dark Knight had that. Batman Begins had that.
I don't even know why I'm listening to you. You're not my dad. You're just some guy who found me in a field.
Clark!
So this is his Uncle Ben, then stop trying to be moment. Now I know I'm not your father.
We're not your parents.
Then stop pretending to be. Yeah, there's there's 16-year-old Clark. Remember he was 13 and he was that one kid, and now he's 16 and he's 35.
See, I'm not immediately invested in this family. I'm not all the way invested in this mom and dad. Like, they haven't really shown their relationship throughout the years.
If they really spent more time with Clark wandering around, they could have had more of them just being a family. They only have them yelling at him. Like, they have the mom being like, yeah, cool. I think that's why we like the mom more. But we only see the dad kind of being like a prick to it. like you know, I know he's like I understand there's a double side to it. It's what I know what it's meant to be. But look, he's like, I can go get the dog. He's like, look, if he gets hit by something and no one sees, why does it matter? That's where they fuck up.
Yeah.
Because he could have gone and got the dog and been fine. But he runs into a tornado for a dog when oh my god, this is the worst scene in this entire movie. I hate this so much. Yeah, Kevin Costner improvised the hand gesture. I don't know what he was supposed to have done. Just shake his head. Great improvisation. So, usually, oh my god, I hate this. Because usually when Jonathan Kent dies, it's from a heart attack. And it's meant to be something that Superman could not have stopped no matter what he did. And it's meant to be a lesson that he learns. That he can't save everyone. This one is a lesson that don't listen to your dumb dad, but it doesn't matter anyway because your dumb dad's dead.
Jesus Christ.
That's the lesson in that. Your secret's more important than your dumb dad's life.
These people on the highway don't know who Clark Kent is.
None of it matters. It's so stupid. He could have done it in a lot of ways. And even then, even if he doesn't have to save him from the tornado, don't let him run. He ran into the tornado.
Yeah.
Have Clark run in to get the dog and run back as any other Jonathan Kent would have done.
Okay, this part is kind of creepy. I like that. I like the weird message. I do too. It's kind of dark, kind of sinister. I don't know about the "you are not alone" part. That part was kind of like, why is that the first message? I like the darkness of it, but just for it to be transcribed into different languages throughout the world, is Zod the one transcribing it into Chinese and all the other shit?
So I have two thoughts. Maybe they just came prepared, or or it's like some kind of technology that's like a universal translator, which doesn't make much sense. But I don't know. That's what they do in the Marvel thing. They're arresting Lois Lane because she leaked the story on Superman. They're assuming she knows where Superman is.
You don't think her releasing the story had anything to do with Zod coming?
No, it says that that Zod was coming because of the scout ship sent out a signal.
Mm.
What the fuck were they all doing? There were too many kids there for that. That many kids wouldn't be doing that. Like 4 kids, 5 kids, maybe. Like that are just all pricks. There's like 12 kids surrounding him while that one dude just pushes him down.
You think one of them has a conscience like, come on guys, what are we doing here?
Yeah, that would not happen. Yeah. The fuck? For no reason? Maybe I'm wrong. Crazier shit's happen. But it'd be more common of a thing if it was just a couple of them, like the fucking kids in Karate Kid. We got Superman in church for some reason.
I think he could go to certain places that aren't like Papua New Guinea or whatever, and they'll think that he's God.
Mm-hmm. They deal with that a lot in Batman vs Superman. You might like Batman vs Superman. The biggest problem with Batman vs Superman is Lex Luthor. This universe, what do you think? What do you remember of this universe that has a whole bunch of films in it?
Nothing.
What do you think of Aquaman?
Never seen it.
What do you think of Wonder Woman?
Never seen it.
What do you think of Blue Beetle?
Never seen it.
What do you think of Black Adam?
Never seen it.
You say you like DC more than Marvel?
Yeah.
They've been fucking up for a minute, dog.
If they got their shit together, DC would, to me personally, they would blow Marvel out the water. I mean, they have.
I think they might be about to. I think with under the new. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like. We got arrested Superman. He turns himself in to the military.
And nobody questions the cape. Sir, we're gonna have to take the carpet off your back.
Yeah, we don't know what that can do. We don't know if it's like
Doctor Strange.
Yeah. It's not an S. It waves like a river.
Little trivia fact: the first flight scene was used by wires and CGI, with Henry Cavill calling it his favorite moment to shoot.
A lot of people don't like being on the wires.
The U.S. Army provided consultants and real helicopters for authenticity in military scenes.
So the Army's involved in this. That's crazy. I like when he's like, yeah, all cards on the table, and he stands up and handcuffs just rip off. All cards on the table. I could walk through this fucking wall right now. Yeah. Take a bite out of your fucking head. Can you imagine? He just walks through, bites off his fucking front of his face.
Jesus.
How many trees do you think Superman could eat? Would he just be able to eat, like, I know, like, before he's full, like, not a full tree. But, I mean, consistently, because his digestive system would be very high-powered. He'd be able just to shit them out as he needs to. So, he'd be able to probably just keep eating trees and continuously shitting. Indefinitely if he wanted to.
You think he could shit a hole straight through Earth? Like, push so hard that...
Nah. The shit wouldn't be that strong.
Well...
He just eats normal food. He could probably fly through the Earth. I'd imagine he'd need to back up a little bit and get a good amount of speed, or else...
Is that Zod?
So, yeah, they're turning him in.
So are they already in love? Because from what I've seen, she's just... stalks him, finds out he's Superman, and then they get caught together. Or she releases that story, then they get on the ship together.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she just thinks he's really hot. Oh, I guess he thinks she's really hot. Because they don't know each other. Some weird sexual tension there.
So does Superman know that he killed his dad?
I thought you meant does Superman know that Superman killed his own dad? I was like, he probably knows he killed him by listening to his dumbass. No, probably not yet. Maybe. So they have artificial Kryptonian atmosphere on their spaceship, and his body is rejecting it.
Why?
Because he's not used to it. He's only used to being really strong. So now I guess that they're in his head and projecting this into his head, and he's having this conversation with him. He's trying to convince him to join them in taking over the Earth.
Civilization and save our planet. I and my fellow officers were sentenced to the Phantom Zone.
So the planet exploding freed them.
Okay. It would have been cool to see him flying around being like, just stopping crimes before it's this full-blown alien shit. It is weird to just jump into, like, the first time people know about Superman is because he's because of Zod being there.
Yeah. And he goes from hiding to being a public figure too fast.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I don't want nobody to know, and then, well, the secret's out, I could kill you all.
They immediately, like, too big of an entity.
Can't be a part of this. Then what can you be a part of? No! Not! No! No!
That looks so dumb.
I didn't like the look of that either.
That didn't look good. No, I looked at Connor. He's just shaking his head. I like this. Look when he lands on it right here. Look.
Like Joe Schumacher made this.
Oh, no. Where is the codex?
Now that's badass. I like that scene. He's
probably
over there fucking with his mom, and he just out of nowhere.
Gordon, my mother!
Okay, Superman, you did that.
Yeah.
That wasn't Zod. You did that.
And you should
Superman definitely just killed some people. Did we just fly him to the moon, fight him in space?
Oh, now he's got to breathe Earth's atmosphere.
And if history has proven anything,
the millions on millions on millions of dollars of destruction that they're causing.
I don't know if you remember how this movie ends, but it's like tons of 9/11s.
Doesn't he go back in time or something?
Does Kal-El need to be alive for us to extract the codex from his cells? No.
They're saying that the thing that they're looking for, that skull that he...
Yeah.
That's in Superman's DNA now.
Everybody's like, well, Earth is fucked. And now what are they doing? Drilling for that metal shit?
No, that would be funny. That's the first thing they look for.
Yeah.
No, there'd not be none of that on Earth. They're terraforming the planet. So they're changing the atmosphere.
Oh. Jesus.
Yeah, the destruction becomes crazy.
Who's the director?
Zack Snyder.
Rob Snyder.
I think, like, maybe a shorter cut of this movie would have been better. It's a little self-important. I usually like longer movies, like, for these kind of things, but I don't think it warrants it.
I don't think enough is just going on. I mean, yeah.
For the length, like they're staying on plot points for too long and just letting scenes play out longer.
Yeah, I agree on that. He's still not used to the atmosphere.
It would take a while. I kind of like that.
Yeah, but... Oh, fuck.
Yeah, they're just... So they're blocking their missiles. So the missiles they're throwing were just thrown right down at civilians.
It's definitely got epic movie vibes, you know? I mean,
yeah.
It's an epic movie, but I don't think that they just pulled it off.
I don't think it comes together as a definitive Superman at all.
Yeah.
I think it's a fun movie. I don't think it comes together as definitively, like, capturing the essence of Superman. I think it's a little bit, and this played into how Superman was portrayed for, like, 10 years because of this. It's kind of afraid of what Superman is. It's afraid to be silly and fun, and or even funny. Like, it's afraid of being hopeful, and I think that kind of hurts.
You're just sitting there staring at it. Sorry.
No, you good, bro. She is.
You're trying to run the lengthway of the building.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Intelligence? Fail.
I have.
Then prepare to terminate it.
He's trying to convince Zod to stop being a bitch. Come on, Zod. You're being a bitch.
When you bust a nut, she keeps sucking.
What's this? So this says, the Washington Post says Superman's battle with Zod cost $2 trillion and killed 129,000 people.
How exact?
Damn, the Washington Post. Now it's asking me to sign up. Damn it, Washington Post. This is a bullshit article and you fucking know it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's what
5,000 people.
Right there.
This whole city is fucked.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, they use that default ass screen.
Kind of falls apart in the third act.
Yeah, I'm not as impressed with this. I mean, not a lot of Superman time.
I mean, doesn't feel like hope. It's not fun like Superman should be.
No explosion, just an implosion?
I don't know. Maybe they sent him back to the Phantom Zone. We're coming up on the end. Yeah, all of it is it's depressing. He should have moved the fight away from the city, as he probably could have.
And every action I take, no matter how violent or how cruel, is for the greater good of my people. And now, I have no people.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I don't. What'd you think of that?
I think that you definitely get a chance to see Zod's point of view. You know, he really is just trying to move his people back from extinction. No matter how cruel or violent, that is his objective.
It's sad because since no one was born, because of how that's what he was bred to do, and it's in his DNA to be like that. It is tragic. He's still got to go. So there you go. I guess it does just shoot out of his face.
I do like how he's still not used to having all these powers.
Yeah, that's fun.
I do think that flying with fighting scenes can get a little confusing or a little mixed up, but I think that they actually do really good. The camera, stays steady with the fighting. You know who is who. Sometimes it's just a fury of punches. You don't know who's getting hit, who's not. There's a lot of throwing around and shit.
You love these people so much. You can mourn for them.
And I think I wouldn't have had as much of a problem with it if, first of all, he could probably just fly up, just move.
Yeah.
Just throw them like you've been throwing each other back and forth for hours. But also, if I wasn't already upset about the stupid dad dying, I wouldn't have cared as much about this. If this was the only weird thing, then I think I'd be more okay with it. But when it happened in the theater, it's just another thing that's fucking odd about this movie. He kills him in Superman 2, though. They trick him into taking their powers away, then they push him off a cliff.
Who?
Superman and Lois. Zod and the Zod people. His cronies. The Zod posse. Okay, so they were tracking Superman. He found it and destroyed it. I'm split on this, because it ends with that girl in the back row being like, he's hot. Also, did you have to break it? You just gave it to him. I mean, fine, fuck them. Break it. Fuck them.
I think that it was a visually pleasing movie. A lot of explosions, a lot of hoorah, fuck yeah. They didn't dig into the whole Lois Clark love story. They stumbled upon a lot of things. Not everything transitioned well into the next. On a good note, though, I think that all the Superman stuff looked pretty cool. The flying scenes were pretty cool. All the Zod people, I don't really like Zod as a villain, but he looked pretty cool in this movie. The don't touch my mother type scene, that was pretty cool.
He threw him into a gas station.
Yeah, and that was the beginning of all the killing.
All the killing that Superman did.
Yeah. So moral of the story is Superman is actually the bad guy in this movie.
Batman's right in the next movie.
Yeah.
I forgot because in the movie it makes Batman look like a dick. because you only just see a little bit, even though you see his perspective and it makes Superman look bad. This movie makes Superman look worse than what Batman saw. So Batman, now what do you think of this?
It's Superman with a pair of glasses on.
Now, typically, I like if they make the look a little different. Like, he stands different when he's Clark Kent. They don't do that in this. He just put the glasses on. He walked in without them on.
And it's not like he's the type of superhero to have a mask on. So everybody saw his face with the cape on the whole fucking Doomsday Day. And he just walks in there. Everybody's going to pretend like they don't know who the fuck that is.
I don't understand. Yeah, look at him. They don't change.
Look, she's laughing. They were seen together, bro.
They were making out in front of those people. Weren't they like right next to them?
Oh my god.
Maybe it wasn't maybe it was the army people, but I thought it was just like I thought he was there.
Fuck you, Rob Snyder.
Fuck. What? How are you looking forward to for the rest of the day? Us doing the rest of the Snyderverse movies? No. Aquaman, Wonder Woman, all the Shazams.
No.
Justice League.
No.
The other version of Justice League.
No.
Did I say Blue Beetle yet?
No.
What else is there? Suicide Squad.
No.
The Suicide Squad. It falls apart, I think, in the end. There's too much destruction. If the Smallville was the peak of the destruction, you could be like he was just figuring out. He should have flew him away. There could have been a little destruction in the city, and then he flies them into space, and then they fight on the moon. Why couldn't they have just fought on the fucking moon? I guess they would have broken the goddamn moon. I think I like it. I watched it before we did this video, and I liked it more than I remembered liking it. But I think certain things still don't sit well, and I don't think it's like definitive Superman. I'm very excited for the next Superman movie. I think it's strange because this is kind of the peak of this universe. Y'all come back when we do Revenge of the Sith. Check back in for that shit. And, yeah. I don't know. Superman. There goes my hero.
Watch him as he
goes. I don't know. There goes
my hero.
My hero. And in the sky he will fly. The coldest story ever told. Superman is flying high, yeah, you know. How could Zod be so heartless? Oh, how could Zod be so heartless? How could you be so Zod, General Zod, and you can't kneel before General Zod? He's beating the odds. He gonna beat you with a hammer. He gonna beat you a lot.
Alright.
Okay, this is the end of this.
Thank y'all for watching.
Thanks
Catch you
for
next
watching.
time.
Please subscribe, leave a like, y'all. It helps us. It helps us good. Leave your opinions in the comments. We want to know what you think. Even if you disagree and you're wrong. Bye, guys.